Boom! Live on the TruMon's show. Janik, your host, for another uplifting. It's all about upliftment and progress, always. So, I'm here with you for a little bit until PT arrives at 10 a.m. We're with PT Prashant Trivedi today, live and alive, as always, 10 a.m. on the TruMon's show. Hold on, let me cancel the volume on the other video. And it's a pleasure to be back. Always give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. We are alive. This is a fact. Hold on. Where is the sound playing? Oh, it's this one here. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is good. Perfect. I don't hear no more sound. So, so things are moving fast. It's moving fast. Especially, I'm talking about the Freedom Convoy. I think it's day 14 of the occupation in Ottawa. They've been there for 14 days, the truckers. Large up to all the truckers, for sure. Big stuff happening. And it's not over. It's not over. It's just, and they're gonna, and I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised with the amount of people getting out in the street. For sure, things are gonna move. At one point, they will have to somewhat listen to what people have to say. And I see a great insurrection, if I can say, also happening with the. Hold on, let me put the chat on. Okay. Yeah, there's a great change happening into politics too. But change. Listen, it's always smoke and mirrors. I'm not delusional here and think that politics will solve it all, but it's part of the puzzle. So I think it's a tool we should use. And there's like me, I'm talking from my experience here in Canada. There's a lot of great people with great ideas, for sure. And there you can find these people into politics also. It's not just on YouTube or Rumble or like there is, and that will be the key to make a change. Like we cannot expect showing up there with force and taking them down by force. I don't think that's a solution. I think, as always, we should remain peaceful with our action, but be in action. Like that's what's happening. So I'm very delighted to see how it's unfolding day by day. There's might be less people in Ottawa now than at the beginning, but it's still very, very strong. The presence is very strong. I might go this Saturday. I might be in Ottawa, so I'll probably live stream from Ottawa. TruMon's on the move. TruMon's on the road. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with some of my friends, and to witness what's going on the terrain. I'm gonna do a live stream for sure, but anyway, now they're being. I think it's close to the end. That nonsense. Honestly, I have hope. At one point, I was a bit hopeless. To see how things were going and not moving and people accepting the measures and stuff. And I was like, are we ever going to get this circus? Go back to the way we were living life before? I'm not saying it was like utopia, perfect. It was still nonsense. But at least I had the right to travel and do what I want. Okay, with a passport, a real one. But I have no problem with that. It's Babylon. I know where I'm stepping. I know where I'm going when I step out my house. Not completely delusional. I know the world I live in. But at least if we can regain that little bit of liberties, I call that liberties, not freedom. Freedom is a big word. That's a word we use often, but freedom is like PT says often. Freedom is, but it says it in the word, freedom. Freedom. Maybe you're free from the dome. Boom. Maybe we're in an eggshell, cosmic egg. Who knows? Who knows where we are? That's the other existential question. Where are we? I hope you're all doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Like I said yesterday, yesterday I was going a bit all over the place with my talk. I noticed that. I'm gonna try to stay a bit more focused on certain topics. But I'm just restarting that old live thing also, so I gotta get into it and get back used to it, and yeah, and focus. And it's easy to be unfocused, very easy to be unfocused. That's what most people do, is being very unfocused, and I'm like that sometimes too. When I talk, I don't put myself on a pedestal and say I'm better than others, that I'm into the same nonsense. I'm just an immaculate member of the herd of sheep, but I'm still in the herd of sheep. We're all like, if you don't follow into a certain trend, if you don't follow this, you'll follow something else. So it's always like cult. Arthur calls it the cult of hoops. We're always hooping from upping from one cult to another. So yeah, so stay focused. The best. La belle Leslie, comment ça va, Leslie? Aye, always I. Always on the I is the way we should live our life. We should live our life on a, I'm not saying on a high gear, because sometimes it's good to slow down a bit too, but on a high mentally, for sure. A big mental high. And that's a good high also, because you don't need any substance to bring you to that high. It's good to be high naturally. Yeah, I'm an advocate for being high naturally. I use medicine, cannabis, but it's not to. It's more for pain purposes. I'm into CBD a lot, so yeah, pain. I had a knee accident. That's why I'm here. I've told my story a few times now. I think you guys know about it if you have watched what I did in the past. I don't think we need to go back in there. The past is in the past. The past is ghost. That's what PT said. He was explaining that the past is past. So we should. It's called passed away for a reason. Anyway, boom. We leave it where it is. It's part of our experience. Like, I cannot deny my past, and I cannot say, okay, from today I won't remember what happened in the past. But no, it made me who I am today, and that's the experience. But we don't need to live in the past. That's my point. Boom. I was so high as a child from running and looking at the sunset. But yeah, it's to find back that vibe also. Like, yeah, for sure. When I was young, I was, but I wasn't in awe. Like, there is that thing also when you're young. Like, we should all, we're on the eye, but we're not in awe. Like, we don't find, like, I've never said, oh, that's awesome. Tu sais, on n'est pas dans un état, we should be in that high state. But I find that, yeah, when we're a child, because of the programming we're under, like big time, maybe we lose that. Because I find that I look at children, I observe children around, and they seem to have lost that awe with life that we should have. That state of that state of permanent. There we go. I found it, permanent. That state of permanent awe with life, with everything that surrounds us. But they seem to be more impressed now and it's a fact, it's an observation that social media, their phone and stuff, that creates more intense feeling within them than the natural stuff around. Trees, flowers, name it, animals. So the focus is being put a lot on devices and stuff. So children lose a lot the touch with reality, I find. And reality is what? It's the trees, the river, the air, the animals, the dogs. Girly, girly, go, girly. Oh, I know you love your papa, Kelowna. Yeah, she's on the couch. So, yeah. So, things are moving fast. Kenny, to go back to my original topic, that was the Freedom Convoy. Freedom Convoy. It's probably the biggest. Am I still live here? Yes, I am. Okay. A blade of grass used to put me in awe, and I need that back. Exact. That's what I'm saying. Even us adults have lost that awe feeling that that intense awe, impressive feeling with life, with everything that surrounds us, with the leaves, with the water, with like it's a one-time experience here. Like in that body, I like to call it the body because it's like a bow, an arrow, and the body is the instrument, the bow that you use to shoot your soul into the stars, whatever it is. I don't know for sure that I can do that, but I prefer, yeah, prepare for it. A blade of grass used to put me in. Oh yeah, I read that one. Exact. There's so much things today to distract us from what really matters. Like what does really matters? It's the stuff. It's the observation of the place of the realm we live in, and get the maximum insight on where we live in our body while we're alive. Like to me, it's an ultimate goal to really be in link. I don't like to use the word connection. Sometimes I struggle with my words because I don't want to use con. I'm being careful with what's coming out my mouth. We should be careful with what goes into and what goes out. So yeah, I'm trying to my best to use words that even reasoning, that I have a certain reasoning with vibration that I can vibe have a vibration from. Yeah. So anyway, so it's a lot of work to permanently think what you're gonna say, but eventually I'll get there, and That's what the reprogramming is. You want to reprogram yourself. Take out the stupid words in your head because we all have stupid nonsense in our head, and we all say stuff that we don't even think. When people say you should think before you talk, think of the word you're using. That's a must. I put a big focus on that because I know that's where the program is. So program, you become pro at grammar. So I want to kind of make my own words and stuff often because just to break the spell. That's how you break the spell at one point. And English is a language of spell. So by breaking the words, breaking down the words, breaking the spelling, you break the spell. So, maybe I can break the spell that I'm casting on myself every day, one day. Boom! Yeah. La belle Leslie. So we'll be back here pretty much every day now. I like to do things and like it's not a it's an the times are it's we live in critical times. Look what's going on outside. If you don't notice what's going on and the way it's playing in Babylon, You're not paying attention. You're not giving attention to where you should give attention. But that's the thing. We're so distracted. So, like, our attention is so scattered a bit all over the place that we are unable to focus. So, focus, very important. So, yeah, I have this new StreamYard. I'm starting to know how to play with the software a bit and add backgrounds and stuff, and so I'm gonna work on it. It's just that live StreamYard on top. I would like to live with StreamYard. I can take it off, but I don't know. I find StreamYard pretty easy to use, and I like that thing. I don't know how I found it, but got onto it one day, and yeah, live with StreamYard live show. Yeah. So anyway, so things are moving fast. I'm glad, and also, it's gotta start an awakening of even me. I come here, I speak a lot, but I'm sure I can wake myself up a lot more than I. But it's a process, you when you wake up from your night sleep. Yes, but you wake up. You get up gradually from your bed, like I don't get up and put myself out the bed. Like I open my eyes slowly and rub my eyes. Notice what's going on around you, and then that's it. Maybe you can be one day fully present. Maybe fully awake is a full presence with all your powers or very powerful beings. Okay, I cannot move mountain physically, but I can surely do it mentally. So, we have a lot of power in that sense. Bye, Gavin. Have a good day. Rise and shine. So, yeah, so keeping that, but also children today, they're so busy with all kinds of nonsense, too. That's what I was saying. So, that's maybe why we lose that touch with the present moment, and then we become very unfocused. And they're even now, for sure, look, there's going to be all kinds of stuff happening with that convoy, convoy. Weird word. I would have chose other word, but I stopped sleeping 3 years ago. Now just rest my eyes 1 hour a day. You stop sleeping? Ah, okay. You mean sleeping, mentally sleeping, or really sleeping? Now just rest my eyes for 1 hour a day. If you sleep an hour a day for the last 3 years, I don't know how you're still standing. Should be sleeping, Leslie. But yeah, if you meant sleeping, sleeping in the nonsense, I kind of get what you're saying. Oh, yep, and I'm never tired. Huh? But that's another thing. But sleep deprivation. They talk a lot about that sleep deprivation. Maybe you can. At one point, it can affect you. But I've never did the experience of really not sleeping for a long time. Never done it. Maybe when I was younger, go out with friends and stuff. Don't sleep for a night or an hour or two, but never really skipped like 2 days without sleeping. I've never done that. So, but could be an experience. But I would feel I'm a kind of guy that needs a sleepless, so I get not much sleep, but I need to at least 6 hours. It happened when my cup went away. Hold on, I can't read. I have to move that microphone. I gotta put my glasses. Hold on. Can't see. It happened when my cup went away and my feet stopped hurting. Oh yeah, you had a lot of problem with your feet, huh? You, Leslie, you were saying that before. I remember. You said you had a few episodes with your feet. Yeah, I remember that. at one point you weren't able to walk and stuff. It's not easy when things like that happen to us. When we get struck by tragedy, or it can bring us down so much. It can be so debilitating. Even me, like I was explaining to you yesterday, the last 2 years I've been affected every summer by something. Uh, I know there's worse than that. But I'm not complaining. To me, it happened for a reason. It's nothing happened for no reason in life. I think there's a somewhat a grand organizing design working on keeping everything synchronized. So I think it's to bring you to probably a higher. Why can't I see the chat? Uh, So yeah, nothing happened for no reason, and I think it's very good to. But again, you can have big tragedy happening to you. Doesn't. I'm gonna put the. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm gonna connect the wire. Gonna connect that wire in. I don't always think of it. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. Better connection. Better. That word connection. I have to do something about it. Uh, Whatever. Yeah. Yes, I was in bed for 5 years at the end of my pain. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go back to my. Okay, I'm here. So yeah. So it can be very debilitating when tragedy happened to you, but I think it's important to see signs. There's signs you will, if you're focused, if you're tuned in to and centered a little bit, you will read the signs. Like it's like the astrological signs, like any signs that the stars are signs, that the sun, everything is a sign for you to read. That's why when we go on the road, there's so many signs. You should read the signs. So that's it. When the tragedy happened to you, important that you focus on the signs around, and that always uplifted me when I see that. You know, either I'm down or something, but I'm not very down. I have low highs. I don't have down. I'm always on a high, but sometimes I'm on a low high. So in those times, that's where I tend to focus on reading the signs around me and what's happening, and that very often is very uplifting. It's very allows me to focus better, and yeah, it's important. Focus where attention goes, energy flows, something like that. I think that's what it is. So yeah, so yeah, there's a lot happening with the Freedom Convoy, but also I think it's a great opportunity also. But what I'm impressed about when I look, just to go back on our topic of Freedom Convoy, I'm impressed. I like to see the people there with children, with it's very peaceful, very familial, and even now, you know, we wouldn't have. It's the biggest protest that ever happened in Canada. I never seen something like that, because now what's happening is people have united against the Trudeau government. What he has succeeded to do is uniting us all against him. It's pretty much what's happening, because now people are coming out. I rarely seen people coming out on the highway in -20 to support the cause, or like there's people from everywhere in Canada coming out, the States, even everywhere, New Zealand, all that. They're all going out in the street. And that's the only way, probably. Yes, we can use social media, YouTube, whatever, but it's at the end of the day, there's nothing more significant than a presence, like to be present there. It's important. If we and some of us are very, very radical with their position and will stand ground there until things move. I don't think it's being radical. I think it's just having a bit of sense or time, or all this mixed together. Some can go, some cannot. Like physically, if you have something restraining you from going, but others can do it. Like, it takes all kinds of people to make this world. So some, yeah. But for the ones who are there and doing the work and imposing their presence, and it's being felt. Like everyone, that's all you hear, but especially on the network, on the news network, that tends to report more reality than facts, than false stuff, fake news. Like, as I've been watching a bit the videos of Fox News, and Fox News is going hard on Trudeau and his bunch of clowns, for sure. Like I'm even tempted to. I know it, but that's also. I'm wonder if this is not just like a trap or another trap in Babylon that you can fall, and I don't know why. That's what I want to talk to PT. I want to reason about that. That's going to be the topic of our reasoning, me and PT, today, about the Freedom Convoy, and the effect psychologically that it has a lot on the. I have to water my rosemary plant. Oh, I have to watch my aloe plant. Yeah. Oh, needs water. Yeah. And also, that's it. What is not compromised today? That's my point. Also, is okay. We're doing this. We're going there in Ottawa. We're making our presence felt. But is there? I I don't think all the instance, like courts and stuff, like, I don't think. Yes, it's all compromise. It's all their stuff, like there. But today, I think there is a general awakening happening. There is, and even like people in those uh, areas, courts and police and all the stuff of Babylon, even them, they're starting to, like, there's a judge that declare the whole thing legal, the whole manifestation legal. So they can't move them. They can't move them. They want to move them. I'm probably uh, not 100% sure, but I'm probably not sure. But eventually, I'm pretty sure they will go in and try to move them. But again, there's no towing company in the area of Ottawa that wants to get to go there and tow the trucks. Like, they don't want to be uh, not loyal to the cause. So you're gonna have a hard time moving these trucks. And now you took out their fuel. Apparently they're stealing fuel and stuff. But now there's an injunction from the court that says return the fuel. Uh, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. But they're well arranged, they're well organized. They have a But now also they're taking their firewood. They're bringing, like, some police are trying to stop the supply, but then you see another police corps, because there's like 3 or 4 police corps in the area, the OPP, Ottawa police, all this, and they all have different ways of dealing with it. Apparently, I don't know. There's not much communication in between them. That's not a surprise, but yeah, there's a lot of. But I feel really that there's something happening. There's something very, very strong happening, and people coming out and calling the fake news and stuff. Like you wouldn't have seen this, not just I think 10 years ago. Like I think it's part of the process of this whole uh, uh, awakening that's happening, or self-realization that we're having altogether. Because once you realize that, it's a shock for sure to realize you have been lied to or you have lived that lie. Because what we get upset about or touch or is when we realize that we have lived that lie ourselves. For my part, that was the big shock, and why I was mad is I was being fooled. But if you're being fooled, this is because you're not paying attention. You're not giving attention to the right place in your life, to the right area. So yeah, it could be very shocking to realize all this, but I think it's most of it. It's not realizing what's outside because it's always been that way. It's you're mostly gonna realize what's inside, and that's what's gonna allow you to probably go to another level in your life. It's when you discover, you uncover. It's when you uncover your gift, your the reason why you came here. We're not here to watch TV, like I say always. Okay, might be watching it now. You're watching a screen, just like me, but it's not. It depends what's on the screen. Like it's the same thing as the money. It's the same thing as anything. We can, and that is that has a direct impact on everything that's happening. This is the most, like, it's crazy how the opportunity we live in such a big, huge time of opportunity. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes it blows my mind to see, because there's so much technology, and we could use that technology to really push us to elevate, not elevate, to have an elevation to a higher level. Trying to avoid the hate, the ment, but the man, the con, the con. Anyway, you're gonna see me struggle with my words. That's what it is. I'm into a reprogramming of my brain. Yeah, trying to. It's not easy. But anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly until you get it right. Boom. Live and direct. Janik, your host. So yes, for sure. Badly until you get it right. That's why I always, like, I wanted to. I know I have that certain gift, certain talent, but if it's good to know it, but then after you gotta craft your thing, you gotta practice it. So it's the same thing with everything that's happening. Exactly. Yes, I was in bed. So this whole thing can be very shocking at times, to realize that you were asleep, because now that's why also people get out in the street. Some are realizing now that they have, with this whole scamdemic, a lot more people will realize that we are being lied to on so many levels. But this is the thing, that this is what I see that is magnificent, is now. But for sure, at the beginning, you're gonna see people coming out in the street. Some are more I don't like the word radical, but some are more forward than others, and will go in the street and elevate their voice and stuff. It's shocking. It's not enraging, but it can be very frustrating to see that they lie to you day after day, and they have no shame about it. They have no feeling about it. When you hear Trudeau speak, this guy has no empathy. I don't know what's inside of him. How can you speak like that to you're supposed to be a lead. This is the thing. They're supposed to lead. But a leader should be uh, thinking of the people, thinking of you know, because the bigger the government gets into all their action, the smaller we get. The smaller the government, the bigger the people. So I think this is what it's going to be in the future. Is the power will be restored with the people, and the government will get smaller. Not saying it's not necessary. C'est un mal nécessaire. C'est ce qu'on dit en français. C'est un mal nécessaire. It's a necessary pain in the neck because, like I was saying, we need to build roads. There's certain infrastructure or stuff that have to be managed. It cannot just leave it like that in the wind and hope it's going to take care of itself. So we need something, and we need order. We need, like, not order, but we need to be. It cannot be the chaos and anarchy. That's what I'm saying. That's not the way to live. That's not the way I live in my family, because your family should be a reflection a bit of what's going on in the world. That's why there's often war in your family, because there's often war in the world. Yeah. But anyway, doesn't have to be. That's my point. If there wouldn't be so much discord, so much maybe more focus on all beings with their focus aligned and stuff, maybe we wouldn't be in such a mess internally in your own family and outside, because the war happened on your own front porch. Boom. It's time to let go of the war. Yeah. Anyway, one of the most wonderful time to be alive. That's for sure. That's for sure. Look at the opportunity we have. All the information flowing towards you if you are plug on the right channel. Like if you're listening to TVA Nouvelle, pas sûr TVA Poubelle. That's the French news in Quebec. That's garbage. Like, it's fake news. But that's what I was saying before. Now what's happening, to go back to my topic of Freedom Convoy, and not so much the facts around it, but the way I like to talk about it more with the effect it has and stuff like that. I'm not very I won't be very factual about what's going on, because you can have access to it. You can look. There's all kinds of streamers going live and stuff. So if you want to see what's happening, just log into it. But the effect of it and stuff, that's interesting to approach that, and the outcome of what's going to be happening, because we see it unfolding and day by day. And that's what I was saying. It's very encouraging, because we see more and more people realizing that they've been lied to. So for sure, at first, you're going to see some come out in the street when you're mad. That's what I was. That's the feeling I had at the beginning. I was so mad, mad at myself, man. And you can go back. I think I still have the first video I made on YouTube on my other channel, and that's what I was saying. And I'm gonna look at it after. It's like 10 years ago, maybe now, 8 years ago, something like that. Anyway, I started making videos to document my life, my thoughts. And I don't think I'll ever stop. No, it's a good thing to do. It's very therapeutic also. It's a kind of a therapy, a good therapy. And tend to keep the good stuff around in my life. of course. So yeah, so that's it. It's a great opportunity. That's what I was saying. Great opportunity to seize the facts that you can see, that you can observe, if you, like I said, canalize your energy and really go at it and not be afraid or mad to the rest of your days. Like the mad stage will last a certain time, but you will find serenity at one point and calmness. And like in my case, I'm not mad anymore. Like it was happening. I realized it. Now I moved on. Now it's like a rebirth. Also, it's like a rebirth. Literally, that's how I felt. The day I realized that I was being lied to and I never seen it, like I was so blind. We're so blind. We're being blinded so much by all kinds of nonsense around. I was like, come on. It's very shocking. And so you get mad and you go out. And I started making, for my part back then, is I got out, started making videos like crazy and say everything I had on my heart. And because my heart, your heart, my heart is yearning to be free. That's for sure. It doesn't want to stay captive at that nonsense. So, yeah. So at first I kind of went out. So that's why you see people, because what's happening, it's touching so many people. So many people. So a lot of people that didn't know they were lied to, they suddenly realize, hey, they lie about this. What else do they lie about? That's the thing. So now people are scrutinizing the government actions and stuff that they do, or scrutinizing other stuff. For sure, you have to use scrutiny in your research because there's a lot of traps, many traps out there. Stay focused. Keep using scrutiny and it's going to be fine. That's one thing that Arthur and Fiona always told me is use scrutiny. That's probably what I retain the most by other stuff too, but use scrutiny. And they say it often. So that's it. As long as you do that, you're focused, you use scrutiny, you don't believe in hype and stuff. You don't get into a hype just because a lot of people are, when you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to take a pause and reflect. Who said that? Mark Twain or something? So that's always what I do because I often find myself, especially in these times, it's easier to find yourself on the side of the majority than the minority because everybody's like noticing what's going on with the government and with the Babylonian. Yeah, everybody's pretty much so. Something's gonna happen for sure. It's happening. It's happening in real time. It's a tsunami that they can't stop. They can't stop our heart. They can't stop us. And the other thing is we're we can outnumber them very very easily. The power is to the people. We have the power if we yeah if we see it. So and again, the power is not to be violent or it's a peaceful power. It should be very peaceful and serene, and serenity is very very important. But that's what you feel at one point. You want to be going towards that way. Don't want to be in chaos and nonsense. So yeah, but it's happening and nobody can stop it. Yeah. Whoop whoop. We're having someone in the chat. Oh, I'm not sure if I can read this. Chunk, was chunk, was sunk, something like that. Vam Red. Bad guy. Bad guy. I don't see the message. But greetings, everyone. Yeah, it's a time of realization, time of opportunity, and that's what I was saying. If we now it's going to be like I said, I was talking about the side of the majority. It sees it's going to turn that it's going to be easier to be on the side of the majority because now what they have done, if they keep going at their nonsense and keeping us locked down, a term that should be used for prisons only, and that's the only place where you don't lock down monkeys in their cage or dogs. You don't say that. I'm gonna lock down my dog, like even that. So they lock us down. Watch the words they use. Words, as far as I'm concerned, matters. Words matters. What I'm saying here matters, right? Well, that's it. So watch the word they use. That's why I'm saying I want to talk about that, especially like the whole thing, freedom, but the freedom, well, yeah, but it's the convoy. Personally, if I would have been the organizer of that freedom convoy, I would have chose other words because, like the liberty train or the liberty something. It would have been about liberties because we're talking about liberties. Even the Charter of Rights and Liberties, I think, la Charte des droits et libertés. Des droits et libertés. We're not, they don't talk about freedom, but freedom, I think, in English is liberté also, but it could be liberties. Charter of Rights and Liberties, I think it is in English. So, don't talk about freedom. Like PT says often, freedom is when you free yourself from this realm, from this dome, cosmic egg, shapeless earth, whatever it is. Why is this thing saying 0 viewer, but you're all there commenting in the chat? I don't know. It's live apparently. Live with StreamYard. One watching. Okay, maybe it's not so much. Maybe it's not so much in demand. It's okay. I don't do that anyway to have a huge. It's elevating your vibration is an everyday work, so it's not. Yeah. So I'm working on getting a higher vibe. Yeah, yeah, Larry. So yeah, so I'm gonna be with PT in an hour, in about an hour. So I'll see you there, and that's what we're gonna approach the topic of the Freedom Convoy and everything that's happening with that. I would like to hear PT's point of view on all that. So until then, I'm gonna let you go. Prepared and go maybe eat a little something before I'm with PT because my stomach is like gurgling, making noise. It's a good thing sometimes, especially me. I have a bit of reserve, so I shouldn't worry about that. But yeah, no, it was a pleasure again, and I'll be here tomorrow, 8 a.m. We're gonna try to do this an everyday thing. Yeah. So I'm out. Large up. Give thanks for life. Stay positive. Stay up. Rise and shine. And I'm out. I'll see you in about an hour and 10 minutes. Social credit is coming no matter what. Don't, I think. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. I want to be like you, like bad guy. I'm on your side with that thinking and stuff. For sure, there's something engineered, but there's also something happening, and the people are coming out now and saying it. So it's not the same thing as if we would have stayed silent. I think it's huge what's happening. But again, there is always some kind of engineering behind what's happening. Is We're gonna see it unfold, but I think social credit, like you said, is probably coming. Maybe this time they're gonna let go because uh, they're gonna wait that we forget. We forget very easily, so they might stop that circus there. But later on, they'll bring something else or some kind of other. It's probably gonna be the alien invasion next. Des petits bonhommes d'espace, comme qui dit, les petits bonhommes verts, the old green man, or whatever color they would be. But there will be some kind of alien invasion at one point, or something fake coming from space landing on Earth, some kind of asteroid crisis. They will. They like to create their fear mongers for sure. So they will create more fear. If it's not what's happening now with disease and stuff, it's gonna be. But I telling you, next we're close to seeing hologram in the sky about spaceship and making people believe that there's aliens, but the aliens are already here. We are the aliens. We have been alienated from our true nature. So the aliens are already here. It's happening. It's in real time. So you don't need to look for an alien invasion, but that's what they will. Again, they will invert everything because they have tendency to invert everything. So we live in an inverted world. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be unless we the people say no, we have enough. We really take responsibility and also go into action with our thoughts. Yeah, maybe, but I think we still can regain power. Not only power, but presence. Presence. It's our presence have to be felt. We cannot. It's time for us to leave the couch and leave the house and leave. But again, the house, your home, where you should be is your heart. What's the real home? What's the real? It's your heart. So your home is yearning to be free, just like your heart. So rise and shine, beautiful people. I'll see you after. I'll be with PT in an hour. So I'll be back here, live and alive, in an hour. See ya. Much love. That's all love. Don't come here with eight. I want to take all the eight out of my words. So, yeah, it's all love. See ya. Boom. He's out.